Ishlo moved in from Vanguard Gaming by the server.
Blurry. Oh! What's the plan, yo? I only have good questions. See, you did that.
Self-enter channel.
What were you just like waiting for that?
Yeah, kind of. I was waiting to see if we were actually gonna stick around, and if so, then I was gonna jump in mumble. Yep.
Yeah, like I felt your finger was kind of on the go button there.
No. I just as soon as I read it, yeah, it's like 2 clicks, man. So it's not that, it's not that challenging.
All right, so just as an FYI, Ace is sick today, can't make it, so we're just gonna progress from there. Okay, so you guys both read the thing about what happened in the latest Bleak Council meeting.
Yes.
And I responded.
And I did make sure to cast memory wipe on the one guard who watched me read that guy's mind, right? Yeah. Okay, good.
Though it only wipes 1 minute.
Yeah, but you can pay more to wipe further back.
Can you?
Only 1 minute, you say?
Yeah.
Now, does the person actually have a clear blank in that section? Like, is it noticeable? Or do they
It's
just kind of go
foggy.
into like, oh, okay.
I believe it's foggy. Yeah.
So,
It just says it wipes it. It doesn't really say.
like, I'm wondering, is it one of those things where they like, hey, I've been mind fucked with, but I have no idea why?
I would imagine if you did it too much to the same person, it would become noticeable.
Yeah.
They might have a freaking stroke, too. Can you, like, cause epileptic seizures and stuff like that? If you do it wrong? If you do it
If only I could.
Maybe to yourself.
Well, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, this is kind of a crazy level, getting the memory wipe and the mind reading at the same time. As
Yep.
torture. So,
It's like it was ordained or something.
yeah, yeah.
What
It's
level
like
is it
all
now?
of a sudden-
7?
Total coincidence.
Yeah, absolutely was.
What level are you now?
Just 6.
Okay.
But I'm starting to get to the point where some of the spells are pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, there's always that threshold with mages.
So, you told Gulasar that you want to execute the prisoner. Are you doing that, or are you just telling him that?
I'm telling him if we can't, like, I don't want to do it, but if he is causing a morale issue in this time of war, I kind of want to do it, but I also, in a way, want to heal him, but if there's no chance. See
Yeah,
what I mean?
how much of a chance is there at healing him?
Like, I can't put him in an institution. We don't have institutions out here.
What if we ship him off to Pibipar? Or at least to Frander's Keep? Would they have better means to take care of his malady?
I mean, Frander's Keep wouldn't, but probably someone in Pipipar may. Especially if there's a cleric, if there's temples to, some of the more healing-focused gods.
We send him off to the Temple of the Moon Gods. So don't they have a thing for insanity?
Yeah.
Huh.
The people that Lina's running around with their holy water.
Well, here's the thing. When you originally described it, I thought that they had to find all of these artifacts within a year to sacrifice them. But if they've got 280 years to find these things, then Lena has no
I'll have to double check my
problem.
notes. It might have been within 280 years, but the conjunction is next year.
Oh, okay. All right.
You
Yeah.
bastard.
She'll probably...
So they had already found one, the one dedicated to Vishimo, and they had it stored at this shrine, but then it got all busted into.
I see.
See, really, I was going to kind of leave the crazy man's care into Zooth's hands, because that seems like his type of charity case. But I don't know what came of that. But I don't want him disrupting morale, and I don't want him running off into the woods to become a crazy wizard vampire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point. Better
Yeah.
to execute him than to let the vampires get a hold of him.
Yeah, because if I don't execute him or put him in some type of, like, storage, he will become my problem.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't want to do it, too, because isn't he kind of like a local folk hero originally?
Yeah.
Yes, but they don't realize who he is.
That was the part we're talking about, doing it secretly to kill him, because I don't want it openly known that I killed a local hero.
Right.
One of the men that claimed this tower from an evil wizard.
I think we should send him to Pibipar.
Well, if Fornal's leaving, we should just give him to Fornal.
Oh yeah, because Fornal will take him.
Well, who do we?
Fornal will just dump him in a ditch.
Can we guess Fornal into doing?
What about?
I'm saving Fornal till last here. I'm just going through everything.
What about the guy who wanted to go down? I know that you said you needed him militarily, but what if the cleric of justice took him down with him? Would that shift your stance on whether or not he should go?
Yeah, I'm more. Yes and no. Because the other reason I wanted to talk to him that didn't come in there, and I thought about it a little later, sending the cleric of justice down. Could this garner favor to send more relief and help? See what I'm getting at? Because if that's the case, then I'm all for sending him. Because I will gladly send one person away if he'll bring back 50 or 100 or something.
Here's one thing. I don't know if you would have really realized it or not, but I'm pretty sure Osbert would be on the ball enough. This Earl Rayafor has set this whole thing up, right? Like this whole claiming the Black March, you know, as like either a protectorate or merging it into his earldom.
Does he have the cleric to do it?
If Archduke Eidos knows anything about this or not.
That is a good question. Is the Earl doing this on his own?
Is he lone wolfing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has Lord Fornal. Like, did he just convince Fornal to come help him do this?
Well, Fornal was sent to Rayafor to help against the Orc invasion.
Yeah, by the Duchess What's-Her-Face, right?
Yeah.
Or as I call it, Duchess I come to her face.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Now you can't put this on YouTube.
Hey, it's being streamed right now. No one's watching it though, don't worry.
Excellent.
All right, so yeah, I part of me wouldn't mind sending this guy back to see if
Duchess
that.
Krendrel.
Yes, Duchess Kendrell. Part of me wouldn't mind sending him back just to stir the pot.
Yeah. And honestly, it sounds like there's enough reasons at this point for him to go that tacking on, can you escort this man? We should probably tell him who he actually was.
Oh yeah, no, I'll give him a full brief.
But we should also send some cash.
Well, the funny thing is, if you're actually telling him who he is, Curate Osbert actually knows him.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
shit.
you guys just snuck him into the dungeons, remember?
That is true. Yeah, we did.
So he would be like almost beside himself that Mort is here.
Okay, all right.
Well, introduce the two.
Yeah, so he comes down to the dungeons and he's
Please
like,
tell me he's got a wand sticking out of his ass.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my!
He's built up like a little pile of rocks or something. And it looks like he's like bowing to it. But yeah, Osbert is just like beside himself that Mort is even here. And he's kind of like, oh, what happened to you?
I can actually tell him.
Well, he would like to hear.
Yeah, I can pass that information along. I won't tell him how I know it, but I will pass that information along.
Well, what do you tell him? I'm curious to hear how you would put this.
Alright, so that was 2 weeks ago, but from what I remember, he was in some sort of an upside-down ziggurat with a stone giant holding something up, like, not an actual stone giant, but a carving, right? And then, they noticed that amongst the orcs appeared to be red-eyed glowing vampires. They started to nuke them with fireballs when somehow one of the orcs got the orb to do something and a black smoke came out. Did it petrify the orcs or something like that?
I believe petrification was involved.
Yes.
So they started fleeing, but they got cut off by what is obviously some really ancient vampire who bit and vampirized the one guy that we knew was a vampire. And did he kill the other guy? And
I don't know.
This guy was like, that's as much as we know.
Yeah, Mord did not see what happened to Odin.
Okay, all right. So we don't know what happened to anyone except the guy that got vampirized.
All right, well, Osbert is like, this is very poor tidings.
This is the kind of shit you deal with, you know?
Yes. And I told him, obviously we can't leave him here because he is upsetting the men with his ranting. And I don't know if there is a way to treat his insanity, his madness. Like, I don't know if he is magically broken or he's just a man that's gone off the deep end. Has seen too much.
You guys kind of feel it's more of the seen too much.
Either way, he stands a much better chance of getting any real care not here.
Yeah, like we're a war zone. There's no there's no mental help here.
Well, you can either make a persuasion or a diplomacy check to
Persuasion.
Get him to agree to this.
All right. Open my sheet. Oh, look at that persuasion skill. It's so beautiful.
That is nice, actually.
So, yes, Osbert will agree to take Mord into Pipapar and also to speak with the courts of justice, his church, and get official legal documents prepared and make sure everything is on the up and up.
Okay.
Cool. And if you can somehow garner some support and help here for our cause would be great. You know how dire our cause is. And frankly, we are the shield against the orcs to attacking civilized land. Because they're going to go straight through the Earl Ray Forest place into civilized turf.
Yep.
That is the entire point of Frander's Keep.
Exactly.
It's just even further out. All right, and you told Decimir you want his troops to range out a little bit more?
Yeah, mostly I want eyes and ears out there. And if they do come in contact and not engage, I want numbers and the disposition of troops and get back for defense. You tell him he is more valuable to me alive than a hero.
He nods. Okay, you're going to drill some of the conscripts yourself?
Kind of a morale boost, you know what I mean? Like, let the conscripts see the big boss coming down to their level to help them out. Like, teach them pike drills and whatnot. Because I assume they're like Ash. Because I assume they're all like polearm people.
The conscripts? Hold on.
They just see like spears and shields kind of thing.
God damn it. View all posts. Shit to do at the tower.
So, if I get my persuasion skill up to the
short
master...
swords and shields.
Yeah, well, Roman training then, I guess.
Yeah.
Your persuasion?
Yeah, I'm just excited about the next level. And I have such a high bonus to my charisma that...
That you're gonna cause all sorts of shit.
Persuade a person to perform an act he finds morally or ethically reprehensible. I like the sound of that.
I should just send you into places to destabilize the government so I can take over.
Minerva will get back to you about prices for betting.
Cool. I assume she understands what I was getting at with everything else.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be hard to set up, quote, trade routes in this area, but at least setting up something with the halflings and gnomes in the area.
Yep. This place has to have something they can worthwhile.
Yeah, they do a little bit of mining, stuff like that. A lot of the small homesteads are prospectors. They find it. They're the kind of men, like, they want to live like a solitary lifestyle. So it might be like just one guy by himself, or maybe someone and his wife and then kids. Just like mining for ore, prospecting, because the call of silver, it's dangerous, but it can be lucrative.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, oh man, maybe I could start like a Yukon gold rush here.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Now, however, the last thing that happens in the meeting is Lord Fornal declares that he is outie. And so Edic stops and basically says all this stuff. I want you to make an
verbally
oratory
undresses
check.
him.
Yeah, make an oratory check.
Can I spend my luck?
Ha! You can spend honor.
I might have to.
Everyone else in the room just goes completely quiet, except that you hear Valencio under his breath go, "Oh shit." And Fornal looks at you and he kind of sneers and he says, "I have taken a lot from Willamar's dog. I have you know, barbarian, that I am a noble of these lands, and the Black March is under my name, not yours. You only control this tower. So have a care who you're talking to, folky."
I know who I'm talking to.
Lynn is so excited because she only knows that this is going to get good.
Important. Where I actually have the care of all lands in mind beyond my own barbarian ways. And once you consult the gods favoring me, rising me up to this holy position to overwatch upstarts like you that have been given everything and have earned nothing. And I actually throw my cup to the side and I say, and if you want to lay down, please. I've killed far better than you.
The only thing I will mention is Lynna is not actually there.
Oh, no.
Because this is at the council meeting. The only two PCs, quote, that are there are Edic and Valencio.
Alright. Lynna would be so excited hearing this. Because it's opportunity.
And it hurts.
Well, yes, no. Fornal says, if you desire to be beaten by your betters that badly, then I will provide it.
I just give him a smile.
Just meet me outside. And he, storms off. And there's awkward silence.
I crack my knuckles.
Please come and get me before you fight.
Who's next, in my chain of command?
After you would be Gulasar. I mean, it depends on what you look at. Gulasar, okay, technically, it's a weird situation. Technically speaking, Gulasar is your direct next in command. Captains Desimir and Farah, in all honesty, should be reporting to Fornal, but Fornal's kind of not been doing it. And like, because the Earl kind of put you in charge, even though you shouldn't really be in charge. You're in charge of this garrison.
Interesting. Well,
In fact, this entire situation is very irregular. Because in Pipipar, Earls don't control the military at all. The military is directly controlled by the Archduke, and he has generals. That's why there's the friction at Frander's Keep. Because the general is part of the military, he does not actually take orders from the Earl.
so what you're saying is that all of Pipipar needs a military coup to show who's really in charge.
Well, yeah, then they turn into Korak, yeah.
Future plans. Anyway.
Korak, who is, like, running out of money and being ruined from the inside out.
One problem at a time. So I crack my knuckles. I pick up my sword and I turn to Gulazar and say, if this should turn out wrong, the defense of the keep is left to you. And I walk out. And he's probably saying, keep?
Yeah. As you walk out, like, Farah and Valencio are both, like, they both kind of, like, grab you by the arm and, like, you know, you can do it sort of deal.
Should Valencio cast Kismet or something?
I don't know. Do you think that's fair?
Is Fornal having blessings put on him?
You have no idea what he's doing right now.
Well, let's go outside and find out.
Manovna's like, what the fuck have I come into?
I go outside.
You go outside and there's a huge fucking crowd.
Because everyone wants to see you beat his ass.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I'll get my ass kicked.
Lena, you hear, you know, like everyone's like running around and you're like, what's going on? And like, you know, Eddic and Fornal are gonna fight. And they like run and you're just like, oh shit, yeah. So probably the first thing that happens is Zuth comes up and he's like, hey guys, let's not, you don't have to do this. Let's be bros.
I just turn to Zuth, I clasp him on the shoulder and I say, I've always liked you. I keep on going.
Can I levitate to get a better view?
Yeah, if you want.
Excellent.
I mean, assuming you have levitate.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Delvin's my second, by the way.
Okay, so yeah, you approach and you see, you know, after Zuth gets sort of shoved to the side, there's Fornal and then his second, which is just one of the other officers, and the curate Osbert is there too as a cleric of the True. And he basically asks, are you sure you want to do this?
Nope, but he forced me.
So Fornal basically, you know, draws a broadsword, and he, you know, gives it a bit of a flourish. And he says, "You will beg for mercy." Well,
I pull out my great sword.
I hope you decapitate him. Honestly, it would just make my day.
I'm so fucking nervous how the way these hackmasters are gonna roll.
Yeah.
I grab my longsword and I say, "What are the rules of this duel?"
Whoever loses gets the penis.
Shush. Oh, someone better be holding my banner behind me too.
Garanu will probably do that, right?
Probably, actually. So I shout, "What are the rules? Is this to blood, to death? Spells allowed?"
Before Fornal could say anything, Osbert says, "To the blood. We must, you know, we can't be sacrificing lives needlessly when there's orcs out there."
If it's to blood only, aren't you better off using your shield? Right, because blood is the first injury, isn't it?
Yeah, but he'll be more likely to get through Buddy's armor and shield with the two-handed sword, so, you know, even...
Yeah, okay, fair point.
It's also a speed factor issue. Because I'd have to use, like, my battle axe or longsword, and my speed factor on those is, like, 9, 10, 11, and my speed factor on my greatsword is 6.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
You know, where all the points
The
went
irony.
into. Told you, by the time I'm level 20, this fucker's going every 4 seconds. Alright, well, I get down on my knees, like, in a praying position with the sword in front of me. I pray to the old man to give me the strength and strategy to defeat my foe. I might even hear a little voice in my head saying, "You shouldn't have even done this, you fucking whelp." And after I'm done praying,
As
I
you're
get
praying, Goranu runs up. He's like, "Whoa, I didn't... I was out taking a shit." I just heard about this.
Look what happened. This is why your religious advisor should never just leave you alone for 10 minutes. So, while I pray, I'm hoping Goranu's giving me not an actual spell blessing, but a blessing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also Osbert is going to, you know, call upon the True to make sure that this is a fair contest with no outside interference or anything.
Exactly. So, you know, no magic missiles obscuring from the crowd.
Yeah. No remote eye gouging.
I'm going to...
Best part is you do that and then cast shift blame on it to like one of his men, so it's like
Yes.
he fucked up the dude. Why am I giving you ideas?
No, I've already thought of all this. I have shift blame.
Oh, sorry.
And what I would do is slippery surface his sword. So that he just wouldn't be able to hang on to it. And then, if anyone questioned what was going on, I would shift blame. Yes.
Well, anyway, I stand up and I give him a salute. Like an actual, like, dueling salute, not like the salute. You know what I mean.
I guess you.
Yeah.
Just give me a sec.
Are you seeing how badass he is, or are you actually making him up right now?
I can only imagine how much more irritating life is going to be for you if he wins this somehow.
Oh, yeah. Why do you think my sphincter's all puckered? Honestly, I'm actually surprised we're not jousting.
Yeah.
He's
I
not
thought
actually a knight.
I thought he was going to actually go for a joust. Or a hearty riding competition.
So there's you know, everyone, and I don't know if Ada or DeBella want to get in on this, but there's obviously like a shitload of betting action going on.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, DeBella is betting on Edic.
Yeah, Ada will too.
In fact, you notice almost everybody is betting on Edic.
I'm sure they are.
You can detect that there is a lot of people hoping that Edic puts Fornal on his ass.
Are any of his men betting
Yeah.
on Edic?
Yeah. All right. Well, make an initiative check.
So what are we talking about here?
I mean, roll. Fuck. It doesn't matter. You're both rolling the same thing. So roll d12. Unless you've got a few levels of rogue I don't know about.
No, I don't have that. I guess it would help if I click myself.
So even if Yeah.
What the fuck did I go on?
You're the big giant thing.
Holy shit. Scroll up more often.
So even the loser of this is probably going to get their full defense, right? Because it's...
Well, Eric's a bit on the slow side.
Yeah, I roll like shit today.
But yeah, I think like you're aware. It's not like you're staring off into space when this happens.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But what I will say is it lets him go and like not get like you don't get to intercept him with your length.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh,
But
my.
I'm so long.
So he's going to make an attack roll.
I am going to make a fight defensively for the first bit.
Okay, so are you going full defense or are you going or just subtracting 4?
I'm going to subtract, or is it the whole, like I add 4 to my defense and subtract 8 from my attack?
Yes.
That is exactly what I'm doing,
Okay.
which is fighting defensively, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, son.
Well,
Shit,
there we
I
go.
forgot to include his actual damage in the damage. But okay, so you defend, so that gives you an immediate free counterattack.
Cool. With the -8, I assume.
Yes.
So -8 from that.
So that's a miss. Hits
Yeah.
the shield though, so you can roll damage.
What's the fuck shield damage on this weapon? Get my book out. My book's on the other side of the room. I got a lovely wife handing it to me.
Oh.
And her fur blanket that you got her.
Nice. I assume that ended up just becoming hers.
Hers and the cat's.
I thought you said the cat was scared of it.
She adapted.
D10P plus 3.
10 plus 3. Cool. I get to add my strength bonuses to that, right?
Yeah, and specialization bonuses.
Yeah.
It would be kind of cool if you just battered through his shield to get first blood.
First blood doesn't actually usually mean like just first to get a hit. It means like you have to do like 10% or something of their hit points.
Okay, alright, that makes sense.
It's not just tapping it.
Oh, I'll tap it.
So 15.
Knockback.
Defense dice.
Do I get knocked back?
Yeah. How much damage did that do again?
15 points
15.
in total.
So that means 9 gets through. So you did like 4 hit points of damage.
Did I break the shield?
Or actually, let me double check. What's the armor's in there? Yeah, no, when I was saying that didn't do any damage. But 15. Roll a d. Oh wait, no. Roll a d20.
Well, let's
Alright,
got the
no.
one out of the way.
You did not break his shield.
Alright.
Oh, that would have been pretty cool, though, too.
Yeah, just to shatter the shield in the first shot.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Alright, so you knock him, like, he rushes at you and swings, and you basically block it and immediately power down and crack his shield, knocking him back, and he, like, just sort of, you know, jogs backward, like, kind of in shock at the fury of your blows. then you like charge up. In theory, you would get to go. Actually, that was on 6, so you should get to go on 8. All right.
Cool. I'm just gonna do an attack.
Let me.
Do it.
How long does that -8 last for?
Did it say until your next attack, which would be my free attack?
Maybe.
All right, check.
Yes. Okay. So you may choose to stop fighting defensively at any time, but then your next attack is. So you say you stopped fighting defensively after he attacked you.
Yes. So my free
Okay,
attack was
so
my
now-
next one.
Yeah. Lucky how that works.
Well, that's a critical success, man.
Yeah.
That
All
counts
right.
for something.
So make your attack.
Just an attack. Just a little tap. Nothing to be scared.
Just the tip, you know.
Yeah, I rolled a 6. It sucks.
That hits him.
He rolled a 2.
Fuck. Useless damage.
You're pounding him back.
I forgot to mention at the beginning, but this would also be considered an honor duel.
Of course.
It would be considered a what?
An honor duel.
Honor duel.
Ah, yeah.
I'm really just debating if I want to go get up and grab my copy and buy the sword to look up a clarification or not.
Buy the sword. Was that a D&D book or a Hackmaster book?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a Code D20 / Hackmaster 4th edition book.
Oh, okay.
Give me 1 sec.
Still so nervous.
I think you got this one in the bag, man.
Shut up! Like when the ones start coming out.
Yeah, okay. It just said a percentage that you agree upon. It's like, oh, great.
Well, what would we agreed on before?
I mean, I guess what did I say? Did I say 10%?
You did say 10%.
You did say 10.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not enough yet.
All right.
But then you get to go again.
Just another little love tap. Fuck. Fuck you, Celsius. This is your fault.
It still just missed. He rolled a 2 again.
Still Celsius' fault. He said, when you were gone, he said, you have this in the bag.
Oh gosh, that was amazing.
Alright, well, he gets to attack back now. Oh, that's a hit.
No, I used my +1.
Oh, using your dirty honor.
Yep.
Alright, you got this in the bag.
Hey, look, you rolled a 3 that time. So did he.
What the fuck?
You're like twinsies.
Okay, that does enough. Alright, so yeah, he is basically, even when you totally fuck up, like you trip slightly, you're still able to defend against him. So he like swings at you, and you know there's a lot of power behind these swings, but they never connect. And you're able to just like rain down upon and dent his armor. And he does, he does bleed. So Curate Osbert declares you winner to the blood. And basically there's suddenly a cheer goes up all around you. And there's like people chanting, Doc, Doc, Doc. And Zeus runs over, and offers to heal him, and Fornal just tells him to fuck off, and he turns to basically leave.
I just love the idea of him wandering around with a giant dick on his face. I
just look at him and say, "Leave you so soon, Fornal. We just started having fun."
He basically turns and he looks around at everybody and he just starts yelling like, what are we even here for? Look around you.
I'm going to cast inaudibility on him.
Okay. Is there a save on that?
Yeah, I think there is. Let me look. I believe it's 3rd level.
Not applicable.
Alrighty.
You do have to touch them, though.
Okay.
So you're floating on down?
Yep.
Well, he doesn't want you to touch him, so he's gonna... he's got his sword out if you come near him. He's looking kind of crazed.
I'll take my chances.
So he's like, look at this place. It's a dead, desolate hill. What are we even fighting for? What the hell are you doing, elf? Get away from me.
Oh, God.
So he looks like he will swing at you if you come at him.
What if I pretend that I'm just patting him on the back?
I don't think he's gonna buy that. Considering you floated down from the heavens and everything. It's very noticeable. And everybody, keeping in mind that you floated down, everybody is watching you now.
I mean, I could just disarm him. Like, if he looks like he's genuinely threatening people, I could just slippery surface his sword.
I just yell at you, let him go.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes, then that's fine. If he stands here and tries to lecture us, I'm less okay with that.
Alright, so yeah, he just like spits on the ground, and he's like, to hell with elves, to hell with folky barbarians, to hell with these hills, to hell with Pibipar. And he storms off.
I'm going to take this moment to get onto a podium.
Okay.
I would say, to hell, he says. To hell with Pibipar. To hell with folky. To hell with elves. To hell with giants and dwarves. To hell with the people who have come together to defend the land against a much larger enemy, a greater threat that would definitely turn this land to hell. That is what he is saying. That is what that coward is riding away from. He's riding away from honorable, good men who have left their homes to defend their homes honorably, who are not cowards. I essentially give a huge speech of how everyone here is here because they are brave and doing the right thing. And that is the example of a coward leaving.
All right, make another oration check.
There you go.
All right, so Lina gained 1 fame.
Okay.
Rick gained 2 fame.
All right.
I'm also going to yell out and we accept all who want to join the right way, especially towards his cavalrymen.
Okay, yeah. So what actually happens there is he gets on his horse, and like he talks with some of his men, and he just fucks off, and he rides off, and all of them remain.
Yeah.
They come forward. Even as the officer that served as his second, basically comes forward, and he says, "We pledge ourselves to you, Sir Edic."
And I tell them to kneel. And I step up to them, and I take my great sword, fresh in the blood of their cowardly officer, and I salute them, and I dub them brothers, knights brothers in the order of the pike. Sorry, serving brothers in the order of the pike, and members of my immortals.
Oh God. Your immortals.
Oh yeah.
The officer's name is Brodel.
Brodel?
Now I have to make up a thing for this guy.
I say, rise, Sarge. What rank was he before?
He's a captain.
Alright, rise, Captain Brodel.
So yeah, there's a whole bunch of clapping, a bunch of applause. People come in like to raise your fist.
Yep, I fist bump all around.
You're fisting everyone?
Everyone.
The proprietor of the Villain's Luck comes out and says, "Drinks for everybody." And basically the night continues being very merry. What originally seemed like kind of a dour meeting that you had.
And now Edic goes back and retires and goes, "Shit. I wonder what political fallout this will cause."
Surely nothing.
Surely absolutely nothing.
So can Lena make a painting of the event and call it the chastising of the douche?
Do you have art?
I have artistry painting, yes.
Alright. Do you have painting supplies?
I do.
Well then, go for it. Make a check. Probably take you a few days to work on it, but...
Yeah, that's fine.
Afterwards, Valencio comes up to Lina, I don't know, and basically reminds her, I guess it would be Zuth, actually, since Zuth's the one that promised. Zuth reminds, "Bro, we still have to help those dwarves, dude."
Yeah. Yeah, we do. I mean, Lina's more okay with that now, I guess.
Alright, I'm writing 2 letters.
It's gonna be winter, man.
Yeah, did you hear Zuth?
Nope.
That we need to go rescue those dwarves that are still missing.
It's missing dwarves?
Yeah. All of the menfolk from the Kobar town are missing.
Well, I figured you guys would have solved that problem by now. I got my own problems. I got 2 letters to write.
Well, we know how good you are at writing, so I guess that could take a couple of weeks.
Hey now, I can write.
If you recall back, there was the question of which thing to go do. Was to go investigate the goblins or go investigate the missing dwarves, and I said it would be better to do the dwarves if you had Edic with you.
Right. Yeah.
I guess now you technically have Edic with you. So, I'm going to be writing 2 letters there, Zula. One to the Earl of Rayafor explaining what just happened. Essentially, the chastising of Fornal and his cowardice, and how I kicked his ever-living ass. But also to be prepared for the political fallout that this happened. But on the plus side, I have gained his knights as my immortals.
I could just picture the Earl reading that, like, oh,
The last
great.
part especially is my favorite.
Yeah, he's like, oh, great.
And the second letter is actually going to be to the Duchess,
Okay.
explaining how, unfortunately, her man drove us to this situation. Her cousin drove us to this unfortunate situation, and how I hold no ill will towards her duchy, and I know that he was just not a true representative of her honor and her commitment to the goal of protecting all the free folk from the orcs. And essentially, apologizing that it went this way, but also knowing that it's what happened, and, well, I did kick his ass.
Are you also going to include something about how you'll release the men after the orc threat has been dealt with?
No.
Okay, see, I didn't know if that was an intentional omission, or...
I want my knights. I want my horsemen. Also, essentially saying that it was unfortunate that he believed that this all was a lost cause and was not committed to the endeavors of the free folk.
Yeah, he wanted to quit.
Yeah.
He was
Essentially,
running away.
nicely saying that he was a quitter. And we know that this does not reflect you, a most honorable Duchess of Duchy. Of Bandarin.
Yeah, this game doesn't have like a composition check or anything like that, so I guess, yeah,
Yeah.
you spend the night writing these letters.
Can I make a diplomacy check to make it a diplomatically written letter?
You can, but your diplomacy is limited by the amount of your writing
Linguistical skill?
Yeah.
Okay.
I, big man. I beat your cousin. I keep your knights. Sorry.
Is good.
My actual rating is 44. Just FYI. 45, sorry.
Okay. So that's the first one. Like, are you being diplomatic?
Oh, yeah!
Which was which?
The first one was to the Earl. Because that was the first one I mentioned, right?
Okay, yeah.
He was, yeah. Are these opposed roles, or...?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Excellent.
All I know is that I might have written something very bad.
That reminds me, actually. Hold on.
Who might be carrying my child.
Damn, I don't know where to put it now. Someone made, like, some advanced social rules, like, chart thing.
Ace is, he's so sad he missed out on so much.
I know, right?
You almost carrying us into a very awkward situation.
Me? What was I doing?
The thing is, if he attacked and hit you, I would be obligated, you as a member of my party, to kill him.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't really push. But if he had stuck around, I would have done it anyway. I would have cast Copycat before I did it or something. But then I would have done it.
Made it obvious you're going into combat.
Well, hey, if he's going to take a swing at me, I am going to protect myself. I just wanted him to be quiet.
As far as messages, you can send them back. Like I said, in one of those posts, there's been a lot more frequent couriers back and forth to Pipipar lately.
Yeah.
So the next morning, you guys wake up. You find that halfling.
The halfling.
Give.
Is that the bard?
Yeah. strumming a tune.
Hey,
And
Geek.
sort of mumbling about the fearsome Foki defeating the fleeing wolf kind of thing. He's like working on something. But you also see
Tell them to get my looks correct and flip him a gold.
Oh, gold? Okay.
Yep.
He's like, you understand. He starts
Indeed.
strumming something. But you come down to like the dining room, and you find both Zuth and Valencio there, apparently plotting.
That can never be good.
The two idiots of the party.
Well, I sit down for some morning grub with them and ask them how they're doing.
Valencio just like looks at you, says, "That was pretty rad last night."
It was a risk.
But Zuth is sad that it had to come to blows.
So am
Surely
I.
there was another way. There could have been another way to go about it.
There could have been. And in fact, I know there is, but it was coming. Like, we knew it was coming from day one.
He nods and he's like, "Well, I guess we're going to have to look on the silver lining. Is that now you basically control everything here."
I do, don't I? I say as I sip my morning coffee.
Your coffee, huh? And I would say probably that's when Lina and Ada show up.
Yay!
Lina's been probably also been talking to Curate Osbert to prepare the subject for transport.
Yeah.
You've been up for a while since as an elf you don't really need to sleep that long. You still have little nagging kind of nightmares. Like it kind of makes it hard for you to concentrate, so you do have to take a little bit longer. But it's like I said, it's been going away.
Yeah. I would actually tell him about some of the nightmares I'm having too. Like, because a description of what
you're not
the madness is.
You're not having like. You can't really recall them. It's just more feelings and images. It's hard for you to actually put them into words.
Okay, alright.
You just wake up not feeling right.
No, it makes it harder for you to get a clear mind to meditate properly. So you just have to kind of power through it.
Yeah.
Valencio's like, "Well, look at this. The whole party together in the morning." He's eating us some sauce. A giant plate of sausages.
Sure loves those fucking sausages.
Who doesn't
He's
love
like-
sausages?
He's like, "These are good. That new provisioner brought them in."
Yep, I think she'll turn out pretty well.
Yeah, as long as she's not a fucking were-rat. He just
Yeah, that was a good catch.
wiggles the sausage at Lina.
Stop that. There's ladies present. You know, I don't mind actually fucking up that roll about the letter to what's-her-face, because I just realized Edic actually has the obnoxious flaw.
I totally fucked up your cousin.
Like, I can actually see him, like, boasting about how bad of a fighter he is.
Yeah. I don't know what you little puny people fight. But in Skana, we have to wrestle wolves when we're 12 years old.
I was actually gonna say, go back. If he was gonna comment on my statement of, go back to nursemaid, and he was gonna make a comment, I was gonna say, folky children suckle at the teat of dire wolves.
Stamwolfen.
Stormwolfen puts ice in our veins. Anywho, do I already have like a pile of papers in front of me?
Not down here. I mean, Gulasar does take care of a fair amount of it, but you probably actually have better administration than him, so.
What is my administration? Are you saying that because he has none?
Yeah. I mean, I know Lena's got it too. But...
Yeah, she doesn't have
43.
Hers is a little bit lower. I think hers is 30 something. No, 27.
I gotta get me like some Castalia type toady that has administration of like 100 that takes care of everything.
Well, oh yeah, shit! I knew I forgot something. You said you were still like on the lookout for henchmen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a bunch of knights I just got.
No, like henchmen, like for the party, like that you could hire.
Okay.
Because remember, like as soon as you reach a certain level, you could just let the word be out, and people would be attracted. And I remember Celsius and Ace both said they did not want to attract people.
Probably not. Lena may reconsider this next level, actually. But for right now, she's okay.
Yeah, because at level 13, knights attract groups of retainers and men-at-arms.
Yeah, no, not that. I'm talking, like, just... Once you hit level 6, you could just... There's a monthly chance that henchmen are attracted to you. Not, like, attracted to you, but...
See, this is the part I like. Unlike those attracted by most other classes, these retainers arrive fully equipped with arms and possibly even mounts. So they're actually useful.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Though I don't like the part when I hit level 20, I have to construct a castle.
Sure you do.
I can't afford a fucking castle.
If Zuth can afford a temple, you can afford a castle. So there has been
Mark Ironheart.
There has been someone seeking an audience.
All right, let him in.
It is a dwarf named Gulzelmac Ironheart.
Does he look stout and fully armed and filthy?
No. What a great first impression roll.
Are these his flaws you're rolling?
So yeah, they admit him, and he is a hill dwarf.
Like I know the difference.
He is basically wearing like a like felt traveling outfit. Like it looks almost like velour.
So he looks more like a merchant than a hardened, battled warrior.
Yeah. And you can see he's actually got some jewelry on him and stuff too. And he comes in and he takes off his cap and he bows low. And he's like, "Sir Edic Lokerson, my name is Gulzelmac of the Ironheart clan. I've heard tales of what you have been doing here, with the Frost Kings and the Bleak Tower. And I've come to see if you would have my service."
Sit before me. Have a drink.
Oh, don't mind if I do. He sits down.
And what services do you offer, Gulzelmac Ironheart? Gulzelmac. My apologies. Gulzelmac Ironheart.
I am a student of the histories of this land.
This one in particular?
And, yes, of this area, of what you humans call the Young Kingdoms. And let's just say I have a way with people.
The fuck? Is it a good way?
I don't know how you would even... Like, he's basically a dwarf rogue.
I was about to say, he's a rogue. He's a bard, yeah. I say, in what way are you good with people? Can you sing, persuade crowds, write eloquent poetry?
Well, Sure, I could do all of that if I put my mind to it, but I've had a more mercantile background. I am well versed in the value of items, but I have been known to say a wholesome poem from now and then. It is a tragic tale, actually. He kind of looks around. You see, when I was young, sold my soul for the ability to speak beautiful poetry.
Sold it to who?
It's like, oh, some demon.
What?
Suddenly, I'm all in. I like this guy. I may not be there, but if I were there, know that now he has my stamp of approval.
Switch to my beer from my coffee and look at him go, a demon, you say?
Indeed, I was young. I did not know what I was doing, but I had found the name of this demon in an ancient text. And I made a bargain, which I probably should not have now that I have the wisdom that I do. But it did give me this great acting talent.
Is Lina there?
Yes, Linda's there.
Okay. Does he have any acting talent? Lina's not a bad actor.
I mean, you'd have to see him doing some acting.
All right.
I just said acting talent, but it's more poetry.
Okay. Is there any, legal reason why I can't listen to people's thoughts?
Yes.
Yes. Well, that's an interesting question. The answer is yes and no.
I had this discussion with Zula earlier today.
In Pipipar and Pikal and other places, it is horrifically illegal. However, out here, there's no real laws, which is part of the reason why the curate wanted to go to to Pipipar and get something set up. So currently, there are no real laws here. Just kind of whatever Edic says.
And let's say, perhaps, that Lina does stuff without anyone knowing what she's doing.
Well, I mean, then what do you care what the law is?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
fair point.
can't punish those if I don't know, right?
So
that's been my mantra with you guys since day one. If I don't know, I can't punish you.
This is not something that it's clear on in the casting, the
It's almost
spell.
always obvious that you're casting a spell.
Right, but they made it seem like you could make it not obvious that you are casting.
Well, you could cast it and then wander into a crowd or something.
Okay, so I could go up to my room, cast it, and then come back down and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm totally doing that. And I try.
You're like, excuse me.
Yeah, I have to go to the bathroom or something. Sure. I want to use this spell relatively sparingly.
Yeah.
But I
So
feel
do
like recruiting people, and especially ones who claim to have consorted with demons, seems like a relatively appropriate time to use these types of tools.
Yes. Well, he says that he would never do such a thing now, and he seeks to atone for his foolish past and do good in this world. And he's heard the name of the Vanguard of Light, and if anyone could mend his blackened soul, it would be a Vanguard of Light.
Well, my young demonic dwarven friend.
I mean, he's older than you by 3 times.
Right. Ironheart. We have been in need for someone to buy and sell our wares at a good price. And what you say is you understand the appraisals of things?
He says this is true.
Yeah, we've been lacking in appraisals.
But I am not seeking to work as a mere tradesman. I wish to accompany you on your adventures and see the glory that happens and recount your tales.
How is your sword and or axe hand?
Well, any henchman you get is going to be level 1.
I'll still ask him. I don't know that he's level 1. Ask him, will he stand at the shield wall?
He has practiced with a blade.
Will he look death in the eye?
I've already looked death in the eye. And his name was Agranath.
Well, I invite you onto the Vanguard of Light, and I direct you towards our spiritual leader, Valencio. May he help you with your demon.
Valencio looks at you. He's like, well, thanks for asking the rest of us.
I look at Valencio. Would you like him in our party?
He's about to talk, and Zuth's like, yeah, man, we should have him in.
Do I pick up anything from the guy?
So you come up. His surface thoughts. He's just basically hoping the interview goes well.
Okay, but there's no, like, malice?
No.
Okay, yeah, I don't care then. That's fine.
I look over at you. Any trouble with the... Can I actually see you? Like, are you standing behind him, waving your fingers?
No, I am not doing that.
All right, I say,
but
do you mind another dwarf in the party?
What about Agranath? Do I recognize that? Can I arcane lore?
You can arcane lore.
Is there a demon knowledge, or does that go under, like, religion?
Yeah, that'd be more divine lore.
Okay.
Oh, alright, well. Not my best roll.
Well, you know, we have to find people in here.
Now I have to find a sufficiently foppy dwarf picture.
Well, tell them to get equipped, and we might be heading out
Post-haste, yeah, really soon.
I kind of look at people, I'm like, I've been itching to kill something. You guys went out last time and had all the fun and left me here with the paperwork.
Yeah, pretty much. It was great.
Well, I just sit back after eating my dinner.
Yeah,
with,
and so it's like, yeah, there are more
breakfast.
dwarves. Maybe he knows something about them.
Which dwarves?
The dwarves we promised to help.
Oh, yeah. We did?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just sitting back, drinking my beer, and rubbing my belly after my breakfast. Looking at Thelvin, just saying, you know what my bedroom needs? Needs a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that, Lena and Ada leave.
Well, you seem to hit it off with that provisioner.
Really?
No, she didn't attack you. It's better than some people yesterday.
Hey, he started it. Well, sure. Ask old. God, I suck.
It's M something, right?
I can't believe I forget his name. That's fast.
Whose?
Wait.
Gulzamak. Ask Gulzamak about the local dwarves that have been. Do you know anything about that group? Apparently, dwarves have gone missing from the Kobar.
Oh, Stoneshank's Kobar?
Yes, that one.
Yes, I know of them. They fled here from the east. Apparently, they were persecuted. They had been slaves to some humans or something. And they settled further up north. That's all I really know about them.
Well, apparently their menfolk have gone missing.
Oh, that's tragic. He takes another drink.
And I feel that our Zuth here, our cleric of Silver Linings, wants us to go find them.
I totally promised we would. Like,
Yeah.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
Probably dead.
Valencia's like, well, at least that would give them closure.
I guess we can go investigate it.
Let's see. I don't know if you guys remember much about it, but Siljanus, the stone giant,
Yeah.
also mentioned, like, okay, there was these dwarves were helping a cleric of the Traveler named Vidar. They were like making something for him. And that cleric of the Traveler was also the person that Siljanus came to look for. And he has... you got... The dwarves gave you guys... Remember, there was like a dwarf emissary that came recently to talk to Zuth. And they gave you kind of rough directions to where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know where Vidar's is supposed to be, and that's where they were supposed to be working on something.
Okay.
So what
You're
you're
supposed
saying?
to be working on a tomb for Vidar.
So we should go investigate that with the giant.
Yeah. Although the giant has been hanging out with Odinfrith. And he might actually... I mean, no one's really talked to him since he came, so he might be going to the dwarf settlement, like to the mountain dwarf halls with Odinfrith instead.
Well, I feel it's time I talk to a giant.
It's sort of like he showed up and everyone was like, cool, a giant, and then just ignored him.
I didn't ignore him. How do folky feel about giants?
Well, they don't like frost giants, that's for sure.
Who does?
Stone giants, they probably have less interaction with, but stone giants have been known to raid human settlements now and then.
That would suck to wake up to.
Yeah. But they're usually high up in the mountains, so it's very rare.
Yeah, and you said they're like xenophobic?
The giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really know much about them, just what Siljanus was saying, which was kind of some weird gobbledygook.
Alright. Well, I get up from the table, I whip on the old fur cloak, and I head on out to find me a giant. I also walk amongst the men, giving them, like, good mornings and how you doing on my way to the giant. You know, acknowledging their existence, as a good general should.
Yeah. And, for Lina, they look maybe slightly familiar, but you cannot place from what.
Okay. Alright.
But, so Eddic and probably Thelvin head out. And, actually, Gulazar probably wants to see a giant.
Oh my god. Lina, you have a special job.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you in private, away from everyone else, so I can just tell you. Watch that dwarf. Make sure he's not that fucking Rakshasa disguised coming to get us again.
Well, he does have odd tattoos on his hands. I will mention that.
See if we can find out about those tattoos.
I don't know off the top of my head. I guess technically Ada has arcane lore, but it's at like 10 because it's a racial roll. 15.
Well, I leave it up to you to figure it out.
Alright.
As my chief intelligence officer.
Could I ask one of the other mages in the tower if they noticed them?
If they notice what?
If they noticed the tattoos on his hands or the name of the demon he supposedly talked about?
So you're just gonna start, hey, you know about these demons?
Okay, I won't mention the demon, but I'll ask about the hands.
Let's see, who would be there?
I would consult with Valencio first, and then I would ask one of the other mages.
Alright, well, if you ask Valencio, he can do a divine lore check.
Yeah. Halloween farm.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that certainly could be demonic then.
He's like, yes. I don't know if I trust this guy.
Well, no. Interesting.
As Eddic, Thelvin, and God, I already forgot this guy's name. Gulzamak are ghouls are walking. He basically pipes in. Of course, I would be, looking for a full share of any treasure that we might come across as a full valued party member.
If you pull your weight, you get the same as Garana.
Garano, okay.
Well, Garana's another henchman, right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, so he gets the same deal as...
Yeah,
But-
he doesn't know who the hell Garano is.
I point to Garana.
Garano's like walking behind you, in his white tabard.
That's Garana.
He nods. It's like, very military-minded, eh?
It's the only mind that matters.
So you come across Siljanus's campsite that he's made on the side of the tower. There's
Alright.
a big fire going.
Cool.
And it's just basically him and Odinfrith sitting there.
Greetings.
Odinfrith, they both stand up, but Odinfrith obviously takes less time to get to his feet. And he's like, "Oh, that was a sight to see, Sir Eddic. It's good to see that lanky fop dealt with."
Yes, I only worry about the fallout. But it needed to be done. But the reason we are here is that... What's the giant's name again?
Siljanus.
Here. So, Janice, you were looking for a specific priest, were you not?
He says yes. He originally came to this area to search for his friend Vidar, who said he was retiring in these lands.
And we heard
But,
that Vidar...
the whole tower thing drew him instead.
We seem to have same interests here, as my party are going out to look for some lost dwarves that your friend seemed to be a part of.
Dwarves. Odinfrith's like, lost dwarves.
Yes, the Kobar north of here, the Black Shadow Little
Stone
Kobar.
Shanks.
Stowshanks Kobar. They've they're
Named
men.
such because the leader of the clan had his legs petrified.
Damn.
That sucks.
Well, their menfolk have gone missing after they were working on this crypt or tomb, and we're going to investigate what happened.
He nods. He says, Vidar was getting up there in age.
And I was wondering if you can shed any light on it, or even would like to come and help.
He kind of rumbles. Like, his speech is always like a grating, stonish noise. But he says, I had almost given up on finding Vidar. In fact, I was very close to leaving to the dwarvish Undermountain with Chief Odinfrith here. But I do owe it to my friend to see him one last time. If this is a tomb, as you say, it is even more important. And Odinfrith's like, I can wait another few days. It's not so bad. Just give me more time to stock up on ale. So Janice says, I would accompany you if you would have me.
Your presence would be most welcome.
When do we leave? he got like he's just been basically sleeping outside like around this campfire the entire time. So he's like, I can go at any moment.
So what do you think? Should we go now or like the next morning after we provision today?
Now works for me. Have we taken care of sending the mage guy on his way with the cleric?
Yeah, I believe that's happened, right?
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's
Okay.
out of your guys' hands at this point.
Okay, alright. Let's ask a few more people about dwarf guy's hands. And we should probably question him about whether or not he's under any kind of compulsion, because demons don't just give people shit for free.
I was gonna leave that up to you, people that have the know-how.
Yeah, can I persuade him to tell me more about the demon thing?
Oh yeah, that doesn't take much.
Alright. Should I actually roll persuasion?
It's probably his favorite thing to talk about.
That sounds unfortunate. Like, I'll straight up ask him about his hands, too.
He's like, oh, I had to. Like I said, I was young and foolish, and I found a book I should never have read. And it showed me things to do, sigils to make on my hands, and glyphs to carve in the stone that would allow me to summon a demon. And I did it all. And I spoke its name 3 times, and then there was a flicker in the fog, a clouding of breath, and suddenly I was face to face with a being of anguish and blood. 2 vicious eyes stared at me with absolute darkness, and then a flicker rushed from its foul mouth. For enormous horns adorned its muscular head, which itself was covered in glowing tattoos. An intense heat escaped its nostrils, and I could feel it on my face. Its muscular head was atop a thick, muscular body, but it wore a gorgeous robe.
That's
It
interesting.
moved slowly towards me, its 4 legs carrying its draconic body with grim energy, and I could feel it staring into my very soul.
Uh-huh.
And it asked me, what did I call it for? And I said, I couldn't really think of anything. I had no plan at the time, you see, so I asked for a golden voice and to be able to speak the poetry of the ages, and it chortled with fell energy and agreed and said the contract had been made and disappeared in a cloud of smoke.
Uh-huh. So what are the terms of the contract?
It never told me.
So how in good conscience could we hire you on, knowing that there may be some sort of gaze upon you?
Oh, I don't believe there's any kind of magical compulsion upon me.
Right. Just that you sold your soul?
Yeah, like what does a demon get out of this? Is it your soul or your firstborn?
I
Like,
mean, you
what?
can make an arcane lore check. This sounds exceedingly dodgy.
Like, in terms of his description?
Like,
Or-
it does not sound like any kind of Faustian deal that you've ever heard of.
Okay. Could I maybe monster lore it too?
Yeah.
Because I've been pumping a whole lot of... My goodness, all of these skill checks are like...
Yeah, you've never heard, like, demons and devils will both make contracts. And demons will totally not uphold their contracts, right, because they're chaotic. But they'll still do, like, fake them, right?
Right.
But the thing is, they'll tell people what they're for, even if they're lying. Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Do the sigils on his arms seem well carved? Or are they sloppy?
They're kind of sloppy.
Like, sloppy enough that they may not have... Like, sloppy enough that if someone tried to use them to summon something, it may just fail purely based on the sloppiness of their creation?
I mean, you're not a tattoo artist, but they look... I mean, they look homemade, but that's sort of what he said they were.
Yeah. True, but, like... I would guess that if you did your sigils too sloppily when you tried to summon something, you may just die instead.
It's true. The sigils that would be carved into your own body wouldn't necessarily be the ones about controlling demons or anything. You're not a demonologist, so you're not actually 100% up on it, how this works.
Yeah. But it sounds like
it would be the stuff that you carved, like the pentacle, the summoning circle would be the more important part.
Okay, all right.
Generally speaking, people, spell tattoos are more made to hold like permanent kind of effects, and a lot of people kind of just make them to look imposing as well.
Okay.
Sometimes some mages also use them as shorthand, in case they have difficulty remembering what to do. Like they could just look at their hand and see what the symbols are.
Okay, that's interesting and weird. Alright, so it sounds more like he's probably just embellishing a story for effect than anything else.
Interesting. I wonder why he'd fake that.
To give himself an air of being more important and noteworthy than he is.
He's selling himself, is what you're saying.
Yes. Uh-huh. Which could mean that he's actually very good at the exact thing that we want him to do.
Exactly. Interesting. Well, we'll see how he works it. You know, it's firing.
Yeah.
Out of
Or
a
kill him.
trebuchet.
Fire him out of a trebuchet. Yes. Okay, cool. But otherwise, I think we're ready to roll. Yeah?
Yep. Gather the horde and let's roll out.
Alright, now one thing, I will admit I have not fully made this guy's stats yet, so he probably wouldn't be much of a help.
That's fine.
So you probably want to leave him behind on this one.
The dwarf or the giant?
The dwarf.
Alright.
He has to go get his affairs or something. His...
Yeah. He's gotta go pay his tab.
So...
Actually, while he's gone, I'm going to give him a task. You know the tabard I wear?
Vaguely.
For my order?
Yeah.
I want him to get one for every one of my immortals.
Okay. Your immortals.
Yep.
Well, he'll see what he can do. He'll go sweet talk that Svivmoz lads.
Yep, I give him 50 silver to go figure it out.
He's like, all right.
So on the subject of clothing stuff and other gear, like Lina, if those people, like if she trusts them and everything seems on the up and up, she'll pay for the +2 halberd.
Yeah, it was on the up and up.
Okay. Yeah.
It was just expensive is all.
Yep, that's fine. And then, how much would she have to spend in order to get those bonuses from her clothing?
Okay, so do you have goods and gear then? You were talking about the style points.
Yes. You posted it for Ace at one point.
Okay, so in that case, just look at the clothing.
Yeah.
Make sure you're looking on the Hackmaster chart, not the D&D chart, and anything that's in silver pieces, like just adjust everything, right?
Okay. Yep.
So if something's in gold pieces, it's really silver pieces.
And anything in silver is really copper.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And then don't forget there's the multipliers for like what level of fashion it is.
What level of fashion?
Like there's a spot, there's a chart like on the second page of the clothing area.
Clothing price factors.
Yeah, because you have to get like 40 style points before anything happens.
No, you get a minor bonus at 10.
Oh yeah, 10.
Which isn't high. Like, honestly, I like the idea of both of the elves having those Fieroniers. And by themselves, those give 8 style points.
Oh, the chain on your head?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like something that the elves would wear, right?
Yeah.
And then, would she have been able to get that magical gem set into one and still be able to use it?
The magical gem you're talking about is which one?
Just the candle light one.
Like, yeah, the one that glows green?
Yes.
Okay, that you probably could. All those ones that you got from the Frost King's Temple don't work anymore.
Right, yeah.
You could. You would still have to put your hand, like, and touch it to activate it.
Uh-huh.
Like, just FYI, so you can't, like, just telepathically turn it on.
Right. Would I have to hold on to it with my hand while it was on? Or is it like a touch it to activate it, and then I can use both of my hands?
It would probably be touch to activate it. I don't know how it would work having a big light right on your forehead, though.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be the smartest thing ever, but...
And remember, it's not a wholesome green, it's like a World of Warcraft fell magic green.
Is it that color of green even when it's not glowing?
I believe so.
Or is it just more of an emerald then? Alright.
I thought I had a picture of it. Oh no, I have one of the Raven sign out of that. Well, it's basically kind of the same color as that Raven's Eye gem.
Alright, where's the Raven's Eye gem?
It's in items of note.
Excellent.
That's when I think Thelvin's carrying that.
Oh, see, I think that's actually kind of pretty.
Yeah, but the light it emits is like...
Is hideous?
It's not hideous, it's not nice.
Alright, but if that's what it looks like when the light is off, she'll totally go ahead and do that, because it looks like the type of a gem a wood elf would wear anyway.
Yeah. A wood elf.
Yeah.
Have you been a wood elf this whole fucking time?
Technically, both of the elves are wood elves, but they were
God damn it.
raised in that in that area that is. There's a whole section on this in that elf book.
Yeah. I forgot you guys were wood elves.
Yeah.
I was
But we
looking
were
at all
raised
this
in
Nathani stuff.
Raised in the area with high elves, and they tend to have their culture subsumed by the high elves if they live in a settlement together.
So I guess
But-
it works out.
Yeah. So that that gem by itself is worth like 300 silver.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
But I'm assuming that I would still pay the full cost of the item.
Yeah, because they would have to work it in.
Right. So I would pay the 50 silver, and then I would have that gem set into it.
And it would essentially be worth 350 silver.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely will do that.
Just
And
any
then-
other clothing that you're getting, be sure to say what style it is. Like, I'm going to assume most of it's going to be in Calamoran style, but you might want some stuff in Elvish style. I don't know.
Yeah. So if it's in Calamoran style, it'll give me bonuses when dealing with Calamoran
Yeah,
people.
which is pretty much everywhere around here.
Yeah, so we're
It
gonna
will not give you any bonuses if you're dealing with Deje or dwarves. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. That makes sense. But I'll figure that out later because I assume it's not very relevant to what we're doing right now.
It's like how you take that momentary second take when you see someone in full-blown Buddhist monk robes come into, come into the store or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah. Not as much.
Normal
now,
to me.
but yeah.
Do you have that happen a lot?
You used to live like right down the road from the Buddhist temple.
I see.
I've also recently had whole classes on sensitivity training, not to judge people like that.
I'm not talking about judging
exciting.
people. It's like, there's just a brief second of what? Oh, yeah.
I'm supposed to use my bracketing skills not to do that.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I was full of shit. Trust me.
It sounds kind of terrible.
It is terrible.
Bracketing skills.
Oh yeah. I can get into it. It's crazy.
So, and then we have another gem, and I'll do the same thing for Ada. She'll get one of those things too. But I'll go through and I'll figure out the cost of those things and then just subtract it.
All right, so it's it's not a tiara, but it's essentially that kind of like circlet chain thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the princess from the D&D movie had one of those.
Yeah, I'm sure. And is it possible to get them done in like fine or superior quality, but not royal, I assume?
I mean, you would have to pay for it.
Yeah, it would be prohibitively expensive. But I could potentially have it done in a royal
Potentially,
quality.
yeah.
All right. I'll take a look at this and figure it out later, because it's not really relevant right now, I don't think. I could do royal. It would only be 300 silver. To me, that says kind of worth.
And then people will ask you, where are you the princess of?
Yes, yeah, that would be the royal quality, I guess. Oh, and you know what? We actually have, like, all of this jewelry stuff that we don't know what to do with.
Sell it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys aren't like totally pimped out with it.
I think I may be, all of a sudden. We come back and we're, like, bedecked in the stuff that we just don't know what to do with.
Bejeweled, even?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Nobles, like, jewelry is also just mobile wealth.
Right.
It's like, it takes up less space than the amount of silver coins that would normally fill it. Mind you, that means it could be robbed, but...
Yeah, some of them are harder to steal than others. Alright, like we have these wide golden wristbands set with amethysts that are worth 500 silver. Like, Jesus. Why am I not wearing those?
Yeah, well, I think Zatha was supposed to, like, you would have Zatha sell them, but then he went and got himself killed.
Yeah, and we don't have anyone with salesmanship anymore. So, like, we're just holding on to... We're holding on to so much wealth.
Well, we technically now have a freaking guy to sell it.
Yeah, but if he's level 1, he can't be that great at selling it yet.
You could give those as rewards to adventurers.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well, we have them anyway.
Alright, let's take like 5 minutes right now.
Alright.
To buy get a new beverage.
Alright. Oh, I was totally muted. Yeah, he definitely fell in. Also, it turns out those head things can't get done in the Calamoran style. Only Brandobian and where is it?
Sphymosian?
Sphimosia, yeah.
So Calamar doesn't truck with that crap.
Yep.
You could still get it done in the Elven style, I would say.
Excellent. Definitely doing it in the Elven style then.
It just means that Calamrans will look at it as being gaudy.
Yep, don't care.
Especially Korak, where they're
What
very
about-
utilitarian.
What if I get thigh-high snakeskin boots in the Calamoran style?
Zatha's dream.
They dig that shit, right?
Didn't we bury Zatha in like snakeskin boots?
I believe we may have, yes.
Once you're done getting your clothes, I want to commission someone like to draw a picture. of what it looked like.
All I can say is thigh-high snakeskin boots are totally waterproof. And it says so in their description. I'm just, planning ahead.
So the big question is, are you guys planning on heading off to where this place is supposed to be? It's probably like a day or two to the northeast.
Oh, I'm also going to inform my officers that I'm leaving.
They're like, what?
It's an imperative military purpose. And it's only for a couple of days, and I told them where I'm going.
All right, they have their orders anyway.
Yep.
So Farah and Desimir will basically, try to keep everything under control. And because Gulasar is in charge of the tower itself, right? All right, so you guys all head off in probably the late morning. It's like getting to be like early, like maybe like noonish. You head out into the wilderness. You are somewhat mollified by the fact that you have a stone giant with you, so you kind of doubt anyone's going to fuck with you.
Exactly.
Silgenis, he is a pretty affable travel companion. As a cleric of... Not cleric, sorry. As a follower of the Traveler, he, likes to travel. So he knows lots of, hiking songs and, interesting tidbits and all sorts of stuff.
Does he have a giant-sized quarterstaff?
He does. Actually, this is something that didn't get mentioned to you, but when they went to the tomb of the Frost Kings and they came back, he now seems to have a giant-sized two-handed sword.
I asked him about it.
He says that this was the sword of the Frost King.
Wow. Can I
Was
touch it?
In his tomb?
It was in his tomb, yeah.
Can I praise that bad boy?
It was part of the, he was buried with it, basically. But, and he does remind you all, it did say that everything within was ours for the taking. And I think that the Frost Kings would approve of using this to help defend against the orcs and other creatures.
Yeah,
I
mean, if
agree.
it's giant-sized, I doubt Eddic could use it properly, right?
No, you cannot.
Yeah.
Can I, praise a roll on that bad boy?
Oh yeah, he pulls it out of the sheath, and it's got like a dull blue sheen to it. Yeah, that is like superbly mastercrafted quality and obviously enchanted somehow.
Does
All right.
Does he want me to look at it?
If you want.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that while we're traveling, right?
But he says, "Oh, I have already pretty much figured out what it does."
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
And he just takes it and stabs a bush. And, he just chops the bush, and basically the bush, like gets covered in hoarfrost.
Nice.
That's a cool sword.
Oh.
Indeed. I suppose one would think of limited use against frost giants, however. He does, during your travels, which pretty much go by uneventfully, he does bring up to Edic if you have thought about his people. He knows that they are difficult and they might not even believe in what you have to say, but did you wish to send anyone to speak to them? He would be happy to act as ambassador.
I did. Actually, I was thinking if I could, I would like to go. Because your people would be invaluable in this conflict. And there was a time long ago that they came and helped us, correct?
This is true.
I'd like to see that old alliance again.
But
go on.
He looks kind of sad. He's like, you have to understand that my people and your people do not think the same way. To them, under the mountain, in the stronghold, is all that matters. What exists outside the mountain is not even considered real. It is but dreams, legends. To them, the pact that was made, they made with good intentions, but it was just in a dream. They do not see it as real. You would have to come from the outside and make them understand it is real.
How would I do that? Because you're right, it is different. I know it as real. Both under your mountain and out here is real to me.
Oh, yes. I mean, he says, he has been outside the mountain, traveling all of Tulin. He knows, that everything is real, but his people are a very isolated lot. Only those that they deal with constantly, like the dwarves, or their enemies, like the frost giants or fire giants, are considered to be real. This is why, and he says it is an unfortunate thing, this is why sometimes, when forced outside of the mountains to forage, when supplies run low, we can be capable of doing horrible things, because they do not consider the people living outside the mountain to be real people.
That's quasi-awesome.
He pulls out a stone from his bag, which is just filled with stones, basically. Mostly for chucking. But some of them are like perfectly spherical, except for really, really intricate engravings on them. He says these are dream stones, and they record some of the greatest dreams of our history. Actually, our history. But because they happened in the outside, people think of them merely as dreams, as stories. And this one here, he's holding it, and it's about the size of like a volleyball, maybe.
Yeah.
He's like holding it, and it's got a whole bunch of intricate carvings, but you can see there's one of like a tower in the middle. Almost makes it look like a snake's eye. But he's this is the one that actually brought me out. Talk of the Bleak Tower and the Frost Kings and the alliance against the orcs and giants and creatures of the night, and how some of our greatest builders traveled east and even built something for the men beyond.
Yeah, we were there.
I always enjoyed these stories, even when I was young, hundreds of years ago. That's what made me want to leave the manse.
How old is he?
By your reckoning, he's probably about 500.
So he's like twice the age of Lina then.
Yeah. They live long, like they live the life of mountains.
Oh wow, okay, alright.
Like, they're not actually made out of rock, but they have an attunement to the earth.
Yeah.
So some of the even older ones can end up having like their skin be very thick and rocky, and even end up growing like lichen and shit on them.
That's amazing.
But he's still relatively young as far as they're considered, and he thinks that it's actually like he'll talk about this as you're traveling. He thinks it is a poor thing that they have isolated themselves from the world because they just become more and more inbred and isolated with nothing but memories of the past to sustain them.
Huh.
But after 2 days of travel, you set watches. It's pretty uneventful. There's like the sound of animals. Thelvin maybe, catches some conies. You guys eat some rabbits and some berries. Depending on your preference. And you're following this map, and eventually, like, Thelvin has to use the bird's eye to kind of get a bead on it.
Yeah.
Shit, where'd it go? There we go. Blech. Actually, can you make Thelvin do a direction sense, I guess? Is that the name of the skill? Yes, it is.
Oh, there it is. I thought it was a untrained skill. You actually have to know it.
It takes probably most of an afternoon to really narrow down where this place is. There are some landmarks on the map that the dwarves gave you, though. And you find, there's from a tree line, there is a cave set into the side of one of the hills. From the tree line, you spot the cave. The dusty ground around the cave mouth is littered with garbage, bones, and dried feces. A powerful reek pervades the area. It is especially strong near two small wooden structures about 20 yards distant. Near to the cave, a cadaver is tied to a birch tree.
That's never good.
That's ominous.
Ah, the Illuminati!
I was going to say, any Illuminati symbols are a coincidence.
So the body is tied to the tree in the middle, I'm guessing?
No, like right by the entrance.
Oh, all the way back there? Okay.
And the two wooden structures are here and here.
That have the nastiness?
Yeah.
Alright. Ada and Debella want to go field this one? Although honestly, Thelvin can sneak really well too, can't he?
Relatively. He's not like you guys, but he can do it.
Oh yeah, there's the cadaver right there. Hey, a new version of Java installed.
Oh, there.
Cool.
The bones.
Well, can
Oh, right.
first we do like observation checks? See if there's
Oh,
monsters
that's why.
looking in the woods.
Oh! Hey, yeah! Okay, I see.
Yeah, sorry, he was on the GM layer.
Alright. But otherwise, Ada will kind of sneak up this direction, using the trees as cover. She didn't say anything. Do you need, sneaking rolls, I assume?
If you're sneaking.
Alright.
Okay, it's hard to see much from this far away. As you get closer, I mean, the wooden structures are obviously outhouses. You don't get that sweet plus 40.
Yep. That's one of the very nice things about any time we're sneaking around outside. Anything sticking out?
Ha.
Because if we don't see anything here, I think I'll probably just move as far as this rock.
Yeah, okay, so make another sneaking check. Do another observation check from here. So Ada, slinks forward in the bush, totally quiet. Debella moving, fairly quietly behind. So you can see that this and this obviously are both outhouses. This one has had, like, the outer structure ripped off of it by the looks of it, but it is still being used by its primary purpose. But from the, let's say, splatter pattern, it's been used much more roughly than before.
Alright. Yeah.
There's all manner of different rubble and things here. But yeah, a lot of it looks like some kind of animal droppings.
Alright, but I don't see anything to really cause concern yet.
No.
Alright, I'll wave Debella forward. Let her take a look before we move any further.
You pretty much notice the same thing. You'd have to get closer to any of these to really take a look and scrutinize.
Yeah. Well, do we want to head towards the corpse or the outhouse?
Clear the houses first.
All right. Can we see in this one?
Yeah, like the walls are actually gone. It's essentially
Yeah.
just a bench with a hole.
All right. So we'll kind of do maybe something like this.
Okay. Make another sneaking check. So yeah, there's a horrible stench coming from this, but it looks like it's, the door is slightly ajar, but you don't hear anything going on inside.
All right. But it generally just looks all clear.
Yeah.
Well, does Debella want to come and check this out, or should we go back and say that we can't really see anything, so we might as well get the whole group involved?
Yeah, let's bring everyone up.
Yep, okay. Ada's still gonna stay kind of quiet and hidden.
You could make a scrutiny check for Ada. You notice it looks much shorter than human-built outhouses that you've seen. Obviously, elves don't make such garish things, but...
So it probably was a dwarven one, you know. Pass that information along.
Debella, you can make a scrutinize check, too. Whatever was using this, whatever caused such horrors upon this porta potty, it looks like it's about to fall apart.
Well, I will let nature take its course.
You're gonna go drop a load on that?
Oh no, I wouldn't go in there. That thing will collapse on and kill me.
Alright, so should we check out the corpse pile?
Yep.
I would say be generally careful around there in case it's trapped, but...
What's up with this guy?
The stripped corpse of a red-haired man is tied to this birch tree. His body has been shot multiple times with crossbow bolts, and appears that something has been eating his legs. Trees next to the birch are also sporting bolts deeply embedded in their bark.
Can Edic do an appraisal of the bolts to see if what make and manufacture they are?
Yeah, if he goes up and grabs some. Like, he'd have to pull them out
He will
of
in
the
a
tree
minute.
to check.
Not quite yet. Can where Debella is do a observation to see if anyone's about to shoot us from out of the cave?
Oh, hey, I forgot. Where the hell? There he is.
You mean big fucking giant?
Him too. since you guys were sneaking up, he's kind of stayed behind. He's not quiet.
That seems, yeah, likely.
This here just basically looks to be a bunch of random refuse. Including a bunch of what look like mining tools.
What condition are the mining tools in?
You have to do a mining check.
I don't think... Alright, dwarfy dwarf.
All he knows is that they're rusted to near uselessness.
Alright, are they rusted because they sat outside in the rain?
Presumably.
Alright.
They look like they've been out here for a long time. Some of them are like half buried in dirt and poops.
Alright, okay, so...
And looking down into the tunnel, you can see the light, shines maybe 40 feet in or so. And you can see what looks like maybe some kind of branching tunnel, but you can't really see anything else.
Alright. Can stone giants see in the dark, presumably?
Actually, I don't think so.
Really? Interesting. Okay.
The light... Well, we won't get into it. I've ironically been thinking about, like, how they light everything over the past few days, so...
Yeah. Well, do we want to plunge in? Do we want to search through this stuff any better?
So Janice does say he thinks he's too large to fit into that tunnel.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask Janice, how are you going to get to the dwarf caves when you go meet him? I really wanted to know.
Odinfrith tells me the dwarf highway is massive. Think of every dwarf city you've ever seen in media. Even though they're small little people, they build giant fucking caverns.
It seems like a waste.
Yeah, that's a lot of mining they didn't really need to do.
Well, maybe that was mining they did just because they wanted to get all the sweet ore out of it. And so then they were left with a big open spot. So there you go.
So they're worse than strip mining. They are.
Well, they were never shown as being the greatest environmentalists when you read Tolkien.
True, true.
In fact, in their creation, the god of trees said that your people will never ever love or like me. So there you go.
Yeah.
But I digress.
There you go.
Delvin's gonna be doing a tracking roll to see what kind of tracks he can find out here.
Okay.
Sorry, just looking at my final grades for last semester, so I was all like a flutter.
Ooh.
I officially can go on to next semester.
That's always a plus.
They came out today, so all my classmates are texting me right now going, "What'd you get? What'd you get?"
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, "Fuck off, I'm walking around with a giant." Some real work's happening here, son.
There's
Which is funny because, it was a girl who said it to me. A nursing program. I'm like one of 4 guys.
Yeah, probably. That makes sense. I am 6'5", by the way, so, it's kind of true.
It's true.
Son?
I can call Celsius son. He's younger than me.
So there was a whole bunch of medium-sized tracks. And there were some obvious canine tracks, which from sheer familiarity by now, he is able to identify as Orcan war dogs. And then there was tracks by some larger creature. Not as big as Siljanis, but still.
Huh.
Probably an ogre or something like that.
Possibly.
That's the thing. Like Siljanus could technically fit in the tunnel, but he'd have to like.
He'd be crawling through it.
Yeah.
Well,
Doesn't bode well for two-headed swords swinging.
Yeah. Not really a poking weapon.
No. Well, it could be.
Eh,
Technically, all swords should be hacking and poking.
Or quarterstaff swinging.
You can also poke with a quarterstaff too.
Yeah, you can poke with anything.
Oh yeah.
You can poke
I've
with a
got
mace.
something I love poking with.
That's why I've always called bullshit on the type of weapon damage. Anyway, the pile of bones. Do they all look human?
Do you have some kind of anatomy skill?
Oh, we've got first aid.
I do.
You can do first aid.
Can I just roll anatomy?
Do you have anatomy?
I do. I just passed it. I got my mark.
Not you. Sir Edic Lokerson. Besides, that was in 4th edition. It was anatomy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, the anatomy skill, if you make called shots, you can do extra damage.
Yep, I remember. Can Debella also search the person tacked to the tree?
Yeah,
They're naked, aren't they?
they are naked.
All
They
right.
did not have a naked corpse token.
Oh, okay. So he's up full dangly.
Yeah, full dangly, legs shredded, bunch of crossbow bolts embedded within.
I mean,
Develop
you can go knuckle deep if you want to be thorough. But...
No, she's not Spanish.
Look at the Iraqi ass map.
I already have asked that in this campaign, but no. She's gonna take out a coral and give it to Edic. One from
Okay.
the tree.
It's it's in there pretty good, so she has to yank it out. Takes it over to Edic. You could do an appraisal check.
Edic pats her on the head, takes it.
Very good. I mean, it's standard quality. It looks like it's human manufactured.
So he's not picking up and going goblin arrow or whatever, orc arrow.
No, looks human. Brandobian, to be specific.
Interesting.
A lot of the settlers in this area are actually Brandobians, because they were so far on the outskirts when Calamar took over that they never really got integrated.
Yeah. But I mean, we know there's Orcan warhounds in here, so...
Very true. So is this cave like dank, dark, can't see past anything?
You can see about 40 feet in.
It's like just a straight corridor?
It's pretty much a straight corridor, and it looks like there's some kind of four-way intersection right at the edge of where the sunlight goes in.
Probably.
I say we have Zuth light up a torch.
Just run Zuthon in.
Yep. Go get him, boy. The Bella's gonna do a trap search like on the opening of this cave.
Yeah, Ada has been kind of waiting. She'll do that as well.
Does the trap detection also look for like alarms?
Put me in,
Yeah, it
coach.
does.
Okay.
I'm ready to play today.
It does not appear to be trapped. It appears to be a pretty high traffic area.
Yeah.
It's almost a miracle no one has come out.
Well,
Is Edic wounded?
Nope. That always happens. For some reason, my token always shows that I'm wounded, even though I'm not.
do we want to ambush? I mean, if their shitters are out here,
See, if I add a hit point to Edic and then take it away, his bar goes back. I have no idea why.
yeah, Valencio's missing some too.
You want to ambush them at their shitter?
Or at the mouth of the cave, either way.
Yeah, it is always pleasant to do that. Hell, they might even have patrols coming back in.
Yep.
God,
Can the bell
Edic
do a
has
list
so many more hit points than everyone else.
with the giant?
No, Edic.
I only have 82 hit points.
Lina has 25.
That's like everyone else added together.
Well, I do roll a d12.
Ada has 18.
Can the bell do a listen check at the cave entrance?
That's a good
Yes.
call. I will do the same.
There we go. We got, so in case it's a listening versus a opposed listening.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I rolled what you have in a skill. Sorry, I have a skill. What you rolled.
Yes, yes, yes.
I kind of wish I rolled a 26. It would have been nice symmetry.
Well, here, we can do this. Maybe there'll be some magical... No, no. I broke the symmetry of it all.
Yep.
Except we all have 7s in there somewhere. I guess that's something.
Ah, cool. Debella comes back and informs that she believes they're cooking animals.
Animals?
Spicy animals. Magically spicy animals. I've heard about them. They come pre-spiced for you to eat. She's just
Yeah.
rambling
Valencio would
at
like
this
to
point.
hear more about this.
She starts telling them. I tell them all to shut up.
I guess technically Ada also. You didn't really hear anything, but you thought you smelled some kind of spicy cooking.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, I do smell something spicy, but the animals thing is bullshit.
Debella says, I totally did not hear an animal inside that cave.
No, it smells like they're cooking something spicy.
Yeah, you're right. And I heard no animals.
I suppose that could be true.
You could always read her mind.
Or not. It's not...
Either way, Edic is going to start putting us in some type of defensive formation outside this cave.
I think we should hide. I think we should have one thief down there, one thief up here, and then Lina
Ambush the
could...
shit out of them when they come out.
Yeah, like Lina could climb up here with her short bow ready and hide up there, and then the rest of you can be wherever you feel is appropriate.
Alright.
But I think, like, hopefully, with her natural bonuses, like, Ada might be able to just hide in these bushes and never be seen. The stone giant may want to hide, like, back in this corner or something.
Tell Zuth and his comrade to get over here. And we're going to set up some type of, like, duck blind in front of us.
If everyone else is going to be on this side, I think Ada will move over here with Debella.
Valencio asks if you wanted to cast anything.
I mean, we don't know when anything is going to happen, so I'd
Yeah.
say probably wait for now.
Yeah, hold off for now. Because a lot of your shit's only 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half hour. And we could be waiting here for a little while.
Alright, so you guys get into position, and you wait for maybe about 20 minutes or so, and then you hear barking coming from inside the cave. So there's like some barking, and then like a slapping noise, and some shouting, and some...
They have a... You're right, they probably have a working war dog sitting there on watch.
And then like a minute later, a couple of figures come out. So, everyone just make... You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna... one person make a hiding check for everybody.
Go nuts, Celtics.
Alright. And of course, this time it's going to be opposed.
Alright. Alright, so 4 orcs come out of the tunnel, and they're basically all talking to each other and like laughing and not paying any attention whatsoever. So they don't look like they've seen you. One of them has what could only be described as a messenger's satchel.
Yeah.
In fact, looks like a scavenged human messenger's satchel.
Alright, interesting. I'm guessing that the thieves will let them pass by and then try to follow in their wake. Or maybe wait for the fight to start and then move. But Lina's gonna be aiming her shit right now.
They have medium shields and scimitars in their hands as they're walking around, because they like to swipe at the grass and shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna initiate any attack until they get either like up or down in the air. Let me draw.
Like here-ish? Yeah.
Like there or there, like depending on which way they go.
Oh, yep.
Well, there we go. Charge. While they're doing that, can the thieves sneak up behind?
Yeah, they have to make sneaking checks.
Ooh, sexy.
Man, the plus 50 is really nice.
Yeah, I wish.
That
It
was
essentially... is it 40? I thought it was 50.
No, it's 50s.
40. Is it? Okay.
Yeah, man.
It makes my sneaking skill essentially 106.
In natural surroundings, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, half elves in human society do not get those.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they only get like 30% or something if they're raised in an elf society.
Yeah.
So is someone about to burst out of the bush?
Oh, there's gonna be bursting. There's gonna be bush bursting. You can count on
Okay.
it.
Who is initiating said bush bursting?
Who do you think? There's a reason why Edic's at the
Is
front.
it Edic? Alright. So
Oh, yeah.
Edic can go on 1.
Yay!
Everyone else is going to roll a d4, modified by whatever. The orc's going to roll d12. For initiative.
I'm gonna shatter this bush.
I bet you've said that before.
You said D6, D4s for everyone else?
Yeah.
Cool.
D4. That's weird. Does it keep showing you guys the shield going on?
It sure does.
Path? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out why it was happening.
I can only assume because I added the shield when they were there, and then doing the space thing somehow messes with it.
That's like the fastest Garano's ever gone in his life. So you said Eddic goes first, right?
Yeah, he just goes at 1.
I got to move down to 1.
Alright, so the orcs are just laughing, ha ha ha, we're going out. Because it's starting to get dark now, but it's not actually dark yet. And then Eddic just bursts out of the bush.
Die, motherfucker!
Suck on D's! What are you using right now? Greatsword, Horseman's Mace,
Greatsword.
Battle Axe?
Horseman. Great sword.
The infamous Horseman's Greatsword.
Yep. Actually, I found a better horseman's weapon that I took. I took the old saber. It's pretty badass, actually. Stats wise. And knights can get it, so I'm happy.
Alright, so what are you going for? The D?
Yeah, the D is gonna get the D.
Eddic loves that D.
Really? I haven't declared that I've gotten off my horse yet. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Actually, that's what I should have done. Been way over in the corner and just
I don't
fucking
see any
charged
horse
with lance,
token.
with lance in hand. I just smashed the shit out of him. I think that might hit.
It does.
Good defense. Should he be like on a D8 or something?
You're right.
Not that I'll take it. I still hit him. I don't care.
Ah!
See, this is why I didn't want you to roll again. We'd established what's going on.
It's not a critical defense unless it gets to 20.
Yeah.
So you still hit.
That's a nice chunk of damage. He really got that D. Was that the one with the messenger bag?
No, that's A.
Okay.
The A will be the thief's jobs in the background. If Casey tries to run back in the cave, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Where'd that shield go?
Depella. They are pretty much distracted.
Ada got on a 3? That surprises me. Oh, would it count as a tactical move if Eddic on second 2 moves slightly sideways?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it would be a tactical move, yeah.
Okay, cool.
If you move at all.
Well, I'm going to, so second 2, give me a -1.
2, Debella goes.
She's going to backstab A. Does backstab actually get any bonuses?
Yeah,
hit,
to your
no.
damage.
Okay, just damage, right?
I mean, considering you only backstab someone when they're unaware, they're rolling a D8 for defense, so you can think of that as a bonus.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll take it. I'm just curious.
Ooh.
She takes her +1. So that's just a miss, right?
Let me double check. I don't think it is actually.
I think we looked before and it still hits because they need to break 20 for the critical effect.
Yeah.
I don't remember though.
Yeah, a perfect defense is on a natural 20.
Alright, so I take a
it's
+1
not a
to
natural
hit.
20, so you use an honor +1, so you hit.
Cool.
Assuming you have an honor +1.
She does.
Alright.
Being average honor. Holy crap, that can't be right.
No, that's just a 30.
Yeah, like,
30 plus a 0.
Wow.
I rolled what
Wow.
you're supposed to.
And it like, without the green box, it's like you didn't even penetrate, but somehow got 30 damage.
What are
Okay,
you rolling?
that seems incorrect
crazy.
as well.
What are you rolling?
The formula you gave.
Okay, that looks more like it.
Alright.
She has no bonuses due to strength or anything?
Nope.
Oh,
To
really?
be fully
She's-
fair, she does more damage just stabbing with her short sword than backstabbing with a dagger.
You know... Okay, yeah.
Backstab is fucking useless.
That's good if you're an assassin.
It is. She also rolled like poo too.
Yeah.
We have seen ridiculous backstab rolls occur. And how
Anywho.
much DR is ignored?
She's level 4 now, so 2 DR.
Okay, so she stabs A in the back, and he's like, ah!
But
But he is alerted to her presence now.
Yeah. If I go next second and switch to my short sword, I then go on its speed factor, right?
Yeah.
Cool. She'll just leave the dagger in his back. And then pull the short sword.
So, can Ada still sneak up on that guy undetected?
I mean, he doesn't know you're there.
Alright. Here we go.
Valencia will go after A as well. Maybe it's because I was playing D20 on the weekend, it makes me want to flank things.
Valencia
It's a hit.
does always bring the deeps.
Lena,
Pew pew! I'm going to shoot at C.
shoot what at C?
My
Ooh,
short bow. Which has a range of 150, I believe.
That is a hit. Looks like you're up
Nice.
high enough that you can avoid the tree.
Look at that. Badass damage.
Yeah, man.
What's my speed on that?
Right into its thick leather armor.
Yep.
Goranu.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was gonna say you want Ground to go or something.
Alright, I'm getting ready to magic projectile of skewering if it looks like any of them are gonna get away. Oh,
Oh,
shit,
that's gonna be
son.
a nightmare when that hits.
What, the giant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grana's gonna nail B. Can Grana do it aggressively?
Yeah.
They still haven't gone yet, have they?
Nope.
Nah, he's gonna do normal attack then. Actually, no, fuck it, aggressive. That's why you go aggressive. Fucking rolls a 3.
It's a hit.
Yeah.
What the hell? What the fucking hell?
Our damage is pretty
What the
pitiful.
fucking hell?
Like, that's 1 point better than the worst he could ever goddamn do.
Well,
Oh.
look on the bright side. It wasn't the worst he could ever do.
I guess so. That's the silver lining.
Oh, the Zooth. Channeling the Zooth.
Hey, I rolled for Zooth. Where the hell is he?
His dwarfy guy isn't showing up either.
I totally rolled for both of them. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw you
roll.
actually. Yeah, I saw you. Maybe because the computer knows that Ace is not here, he's not letting you.
But
Oh, I know why. I probably didn't have them selected. Because I never used your proletariat player ways of doing this.
Proletariat player way.
Oh, it all worked out.
I assume 10 damage is enough for a threshold of pain.
That's what I heard.
10 damage would have been yes.
But DR and all.
Stumpy your legs, saw. Thelvin.
Did Valencio smack A?
Yep.
Okay, I was not paying attention.
Ada.
Backstabbing A.
Ah, yeah. A's getting it in the B? A's getting in the A?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright.
Wait, A should have. Did they attack?
No.
Nope.
Why the hell's he on a 14?
You're generous?
Shit, he should have gone on 4. Just put him to 5, says it's simultaneous. It's a hit.
There we go.
And how much DR do you ignore?
I think just 1 still. Right? You need to be level 4 to ignore 2?
Yeah, it's
Divided by
essentially
2.
half. It's divided by 2, yeah. You
And
get
you
1
don't
and 2.
round.
Nope.
Alright, excellent. What's her speed now? I think speed is still 6. Okay. Actually, can she just start coup de grace-ing him next second?
Yeah. Thelvin.
Woohoo! Thelvin's gonna try for B.
So this orc, man, this thief comes out of the bushes, stabs him in the back, twirls around, a cleric rushes at him, bashes him with a mace. Turns around, another thief jumps out of the bushes, stabs him in the back. Which one? B?
Yeah.
Okay. D's kind of in the way. Even though he's like flopping around.
Well, apply the negatives as you see fit.
I know that Zula at least has had the experience of playing WoW when you get double backstabbed by two thieves. It's
Yeah.
not a fun thing.
I mean, I'm usually
I've
on the
had
other
that
end of that.
True.
Yeah,
Fair.
I've been on the other end of that many times.
Just today, I was double attacked by a paladin and a druid. Fucking alliance.
Jeez, that's like 2 levels of cheap.
Actually, wait, how much damage did that do?
20.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Has 1 hit point left.
One hit point.
We have a real gift.
Did he go threshold of pain?
You see the top thing on him?
I do. I just never saw you roll it.
So before C
Not that I'm
even
questioning.
goes, his entire party is writhing in pain.
Yeah.
He's still joking around with his
Ugh,
buds, having a
make
good
her-
time.
Oh, getting over there. Hey, guys. Don't coup de grace them. That's not cricket.
I'm gonna give C a wallop. The fuck? My sheet got all weird.
What you do? That's a hit.
Oh, they all go down.
Alright, so they're all top. The question is, can you deal with them all before Zuth gets there?
Well, A is dead in 2 more seconds.
And I'm starting on C, so 3 seconds.
So Zuth arrives just as you finish them all off. And Thelvin and Edit could just like...
Yeah. It's like a race to murder before Zeus can get there.
He's like, oh man!
What's wrong?
They didn't surrender, did they?
Nope.
We did not hear a single word other than, oh god, they're killing us. Alright, so look in the human satchel.
Yeah.
Is it actually made from human flesh, or is it just like a
No,
skull
like,
satchel?
it's not made out of human. It was obviously a human messenger's satchel.
It's made specifically out of human face, so
Yeah.
it's a little disturbing.
There is a crude-looking like note inside.
Can I read the crude note?
You flip it open and look at it, and no, you cannot.
Lina really wants to learn to speak Orcish.
It looks like some horrifically bastardized version of Dwarvish.
Well,
I handed it to the dwarf. I said,
can
can you
the
read
dwarf
this?
read? Yeah.
No.
Well, I give it to
He's
our
like,
translator.
this is Orcish. And he goes to spit on it, thinks better, and spits on the ground.
Yeah, good.
I give it to our translator.
Yeah, I mean, Do we want to waste the spell points right now or look at it later? I say look at it later, because it seems like it's a message bound for somewhere else.
Yeah, let's hold off. I searched the messenger bag for, well, not I, but DeBello searched the messenger bag for anything else.
That is literally the only thing that was in
like
there.
Secret compartments.
No.
Alright. Are you just saying no because it's a waste of time?
I'm saying no because there's nothing in there.
Okay. Well, that was fun. Hide the bodies.
Rinse and repeat?
Well, we're gonna have to go in. But...
I think we're gonna have to go in, yeah.
I mean, on that note, it's 10 now. So, it's pretty much a natural stopping point. Do you want to stop here and then pick up next week?
Yeah, that way Ace can make
Because
decisions.
then Ace will be here.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't done much without him that I think he would.
Oh, just one word of warning for next Wednesday. I should be home in time, but next Wednesday is my first practicum, and I have practicum every Wednesday, but I believe that I'm over by 5.
I have a similar situation next week because every third Wednesday is when I have to do the guru meeting at work, but I should again be done at 5, so...
Yeah.
Actually, I might be done by 4, so either way, I should be home in time.
We'll see. It's my first time they're allowing me to touch patients in a hospital, so who knows? Maybe I'll be in court by the end of the day.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe you'll be under arrest. I will leave it to Celsius to tell Ace everything that happened.
Okay, I can do that.
Alright.
With no embellishments whatsoever, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely not.
I'm just really liking this forest noise.
I am too. It's rather nice. We should do more stuff in forest settings.
Oh yes, I finally actually heard it. It's nice. I've been listening to like Viking death metal this entire time.
You son of a bitch.
It's Edic's theme music.
Alright, well, I shall see you guys next week then.
Yep, see you then.
Sounds good. Catch y'all later.
Good all.
Night, fellers.